Por fin tenemos una casa, por fin tenemos algo ya nuestro.
New tonight, a Tomball man is trying to help a woman who may have saved his life during the May derecho after a tree fell on his SUV.
You can see the video here. A single working mom with her kids in the car stopped and pulled Bryan Peterson out of his vehicle.
Seemed like a normal stormy day in Houston. On my way to dinner, and the storm was getting really bad. My wife had called me and said, "Are you coming back home? Our daughter is really worried about you. She thinks something bad is going to happen, that you're going to get in an accident." I said, "It's okay. I'll be home in 7 minutes." And as I was on the phone with my wife, the tree came crashing down on my vehicle. I had no idea. That was the life-changing moment that I thought this was it. And I told my wife I loved her, and I said, "I can't breathe. I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of here." And then this woman came up.
Pues mira, ese día yo ya venía de mi trabajo con mis hijos y venía mis 3 niños llorando porque ya momento atrás un tronco me había golpeado mi carro, porque era cuando estaba en pleno tornado. Entonces yo tenía miedo porque no se miraba nada, estaba lloviendo muy feo. Entonces cuando yo miro el carro, yo ya venía con mucho miedo, mucho temor, porque yo traía a mis 3 hijos, pero como quiera me detuve para ayudarlo.
She hit my window right away and she said, "Are there any kids in the back?" And I said, "No, there's no kids, it's just me." And she said, "You have to get out." She pulled on the door, ripped the handle off. She got the door open thanks to another gentleman, Travis, who's also here today. And they pried the door open. It was really difficult to get out of and get in. And Miss Veronica, she's small enough to get in a crushed vehicle. So she reached in, she undid my seatbelt, she grabbed my arms and just started pulling me. And I mean, even Travis can attest that. He said, when you stood up and got out of that car, he goes, "I don't know how you got out of there."
He was pretty much sitting like this with the roof caving in on him. But she got him turned around, basically had his head through, like, you know, just pulling, we're pulling, and out he came. And I'm gonna say 4 minutes or so is all it took to get him out. And she got a 6'6" big boy out of there all by herself, dragging and getting him through.
So I went back to Mr. Travis's vehicle and I said, "Where did she go?" And he goes, "I don't know. She disappeared." So we had posted a thing on Facebook looking for this woman. It took 4 days and we finally found her through Facebook. And when we did, we met her at a fire hall near our house. When we saw her, I knew exactly it was her. At that point, we listened to her story. I said, I'm trying to figure out, how do I thank a person that just saved my life? She actually has a bad back. So I don't know how she did it, but I said, well, we want to do something for you. And so we visited her home. She's a hardworking single mom. That night we bought her some groceries and we said, we got to do something else for her. There was other cars that turned around and left. I told my wife initially, the people that turned around, I don't blame them. Before we even met Veronica, I said, what if somebody had their kids in the car or they were scared? She had her 3 young kids in the car, which she told us later. She got out, she pulled me out, she ran back to her car, she was scared, she was crying, and she just wanted to get her kids to safety. She never really thought anything of it. And it wasn't until we posted on Facebook and somebody at her job said, I think someone's looking for you. The person that you saved, did you save somebody? She didn't tell anybody. So she just thought she would do this and go on her merry way. And so fast forward to, we went and visited her home and saw how in shambles her place was. I mean, she keeps it very tidy. She's, for a mom of 3 kids that works full time, I was like, this place is meticulous, but there was holes in the floor, there was water damage, and we said, well, we want to fix this for you. So I started to GoFundMe with the initial idea that we would just do some repairs, and that turned into something much larger once People magazine got a hold of the story and it was national news. And so our goal of raising $15,000 turned into, we can afford to buy a new home, I think. We started exploring other options. Maybe we'll just get you a new home. She was looking at used homes. And then I ran into you guys, Braustin, and heard of your story, love your brand, what you guys do for the community. And so I thought maybe they can do something as well. Spoke to Ellie first, and Ellie said, I want to have a conversation with you. I'm going to bring in Jason. And Jason said, we love this story. We want to be a part of it. This is an incredible human being, and we want to pay it forward just as much as you are. I said, well, this is great.
So Bryan reached out to us through social media. He shared the article from People's magazine. That same day, we all jumped on a call together, and we worked together as a team to help him put together the dream house for Veronica. Really, from that first conversation to closing on the home, it was a very quick 3-day process, and now we're delivering a few short days later. Saving somebody is huge, but then just kind of disappearing from the scene and not wanting any sort of credit for it, I thought that was amazing. The community coming together to help Veronica. We felt like we owed it to Veronica, Bryan, and the community to make this all happen.
Esa casa, estoy bien agradecida con Dios por esa casa, porque yo tengo 1 año y medio soltera, siendo mamá soltera, y me enfoqué mucho en tener un hogar para mis hijos. Entonces yo no tengo crédito, no había trabajado, no tengo récord de trabajo. Entonces digamos que llevaba 6 meses trabajando en la compañía NUV y realicé mis taxas. Entonces dije, yo tengo cierto dinero, tengo que invertirlo en algo. Entonces me dio la oportunidad de agarrar esa propiedad, aunque necesitaba demasiados arreglos, pero dije yo, va a ser mío. Y por eso agarré esa casa. Fue algo muy bonito, y más cuando uno es mamá soltera. Y me siento agradecida con Bryan y con todos los que ayudaron, porque es un sueño hecho realidad, y más cuando uno es inmigrante. Entonces, digamos, yo iba a tener mi propia casa con mi trabajo, pero Dios me adelantó todo ese tiempo, me lo recompensó ya. Es una meta que yo iba a cumplir, pero ustedes hicieron cumplirla más rápido, mucho más rápido.
We have a heartwarming update to a heroic story we've been following for more than a month.
Turns out she was in need of help after her house was severely damaged by the windstorm. Well, today, help arrived in the form of a brand new home from Braustin Homes.
You're gonna have a big party once you get moved in?
Oh, of course.
I did my homework. I looked at a few other dealers, but what caught my eye was just the message that you guys have as part of your brand, that you serve the community, that this isn't big corp housing where it's owned by this massive company. Been in business long enough to know that when you have a relationship with your customers, that's not just a transaction. It means a lot. And I knew Veronica would benefit from that because it's not just a transaction. And then the willingness to be a part of this. A couple of other people that I talked to, dealers, were just like, oh, we'll sell you a home, but that was it. Like, it was a transaction. So I was surprised to hear that they were in San Antonio, and the fact that you guys are all here today is pretty impressive. I mean, right now she's in a 2-bedroom home. She has 3 kids. So a 3-bedroom would be a great upgrade. And when they suggested that and said, yeah, I think we can do this, I was like, well, yeah, let's do it. And new appliances, new everything. I was just like, this is a no-brainer. And if you guys can make this happen at our budget, even more amazing.
So my brother and I have been in the industry for a long time, and we just felt for the families that we serve, the buying process was a little too complicated, right? You'd have the single mother on her only day off, have to pack up all the kiddos, drive all the way to the dealership just to get some basic information. Right, and we just felt there had to be a better way. So in 2017, we created Braustin Homes as an online mobile home retailer. We had a promise to always be upfront and truly put the customers first. By creating the first online mobile home retailer, it allows the process to be as honest, transparent, but also as quick as possible. You can shop from the comfort of your own couch. By picking out all the options, pricing the home, doing the financing, really everything. We have been incredibly blessed since then. We've helped thousands of families out all across Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, soon to be Louisiana and Arkansas, and heck, if we can find a way to get to Hawaii, I'm sure we'll be out there soon.
It was quick. I had asked for a quote and I said, can we do this? And that night he gave me a number and I was like, wow. Braustin had great online videos and pictures and a great depiction of what the home looked like, that when I showed Veronica, she was like, this is amazing. She's like, this would be awesome to have. She didn't believe that it was going to happen.
Every situation's a little bit different. We were able to get the turnaround time so fast, really just because of how we work as a company, right? We're an online mobile home retailer. We really leverage technology to make everything go as fast as possible. Getting a home in 15, 20 days, it's not unheard of. We do it all the time.
Pues mira, estoy demasiado emocionada, estoy muy contenta, pero yo siempre confío en señor Bryan. Y yo le dije al señor Bryan, toma las decisiones tú. Yo sé que vas a escoger lo mejor para mis hijos y para mí. Entonces, yo sé que esa casa es hermosa y es perfecta para mí y para mis hijos.
And so here we are. I don't think Veronica is going to be out of my life anytime soon. And this isn't just, okay, here's your house and let's go. It's just amazing to have somebody like her in our life that, obviously I have a debt of gratitude. Just so glad that we're able to do something for her.
Tengo muchas emociones encontradas. Una de ellas es agradecimiento. La otra es que mis hijos ya van a tener un hogar propio. Y la tercera es que estoy bien agradecida con mis padres. porque mi papá siempre me dijo que no me debía de rendir. Siempre me dijo que de las cosas malas tiene que levantarse. Y es difícil porque no tengo familia aquí, no tengo a nadie, solo mis niños y yo. Pero siempre me mantuve de pie por mis papás, porque mis papás, aunque estén lejos, siempre me decían que yo podría, que soy inteligente, que tengo, nunca olvide mis valores, mis respetos. Y por eso salí adelante. Y quiero agradecerle a mis papás porque mis papás son mis motores. Mis papás son las personas que soy lo que soy por mis padres.
My life changed significantly on that day. My day is full of gratitude. Even when the sun's not shining, it's shining for me. There are so many people to thank. There's the media to thank. They've helped blow up this story. I couldn't believe how many people donated money. I want to thank everybody for their donations and thank God. I mean, I'm here as part of this crazy plan that he comes up with, and Miss Veronica, she's such an incredibly God-fearing woman. I want to thank her. I want to thank Travis, both of them, for being there and helping me at the scene. To be able to pay it forward like this is an absolute blessing. I never thought in a million years we would be at this stage.
It is amazing. Sometimes the news and the world, it can seem a little bit negative, but there's so many good things like this going on. And Veronica and Bryan, it is a true testament to how incredible this world is and how amazing the people in it are, especially when we all come together and work together for something like this.
Hay muchas personas que quiero reconocer porque al señor Bryan que quiero darle gracias, a las otras personas que también quiero darle gracias y sobre todo a Dios, gracias a Dios porque me puso en el camino el Bryan y yo sé que Dios tiene un propósito para Bryan y también lo tiene para mí. Pues gracias a todos los que ayudaron, aportaron y les quiero decir que han cumplido una meta que pensé que me iba a tardar como 20 años para cumplirla, pero me la cumplieron y porque sí, soy muy agradecida con todos los que me ayudaron. Más que todo, como les repito, soy mamá soltera, les digo a las mamás solteras que hay tiempos muy feos, muy difíciles. La clave es trabajar, ser honesto y trabajar. Y sobre todo tener amabilidad con las demás personas que lo necesitan, porque necesitamos de unos a otros. Va a haber tropiezos en la vida, pero cuando uno sube con la ayuda de Dios, la recompensa es grande.
Be a part of this and be a part of Veronica's life for a while will be a blessing.
Me di cuenta que es una buena compañía y sobre todo en la manera que me quisieron ayudar. Gracias Braustin Homes porque están cumpliendo mi sueño.